All right, today's lesson is big circles. And actually, the one we're going to look at is only one circle, but still, it's a big one. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to apply some knowledge that we learned in the last couple lessons. And this one is pretty neat because it becomes like a puzzle in figuring out some of the missing angles or quite a few missing angles. And we're going to, again, apply that knowledge that we've been looking at or we found in the last couple days. So let's take a look at what we have. It says circle O with no diameters shown. So that means that there is no secant or, I'm sorry, no chord that goes through the center of the circle. And we know our center is right here at O. So it says that EA, line EA, is tangent to the circle at A. So that means it touches at that point. Now, I'm just going to tell you, even before you start, if you need to pause the video because it's going to be good, I think if you have highlighters or color pencils, to get those out and use them now because there's a lot that we're going to be highlighting in order to figure out our missing angles. All right, so it says the measure of arc AB, okay, so that's here, is in relationship or in proportion to the measure of BC, which is in relationship to the measure of arc CD, which is in relation to the measure of arc DA. So that's going around, and that relationship is 3 to 3 to 4 to 5. Now, I highlighted in green that arc AB because we know all those arcs, the measurement of them, their angle measurement is 360 degrees. So all of them equal 360. Now, so how am I going to find out which each one measures? Well, I know some of you are already started. Yes, that's right. We're going to start our equation. We don't know what it is, and when we don't know unknown, it's going to be 3x. We use x. If we add them together, like I said just a second ago, the measurement is going to be 360 degrees. So that's 3x plus 3x plus 4x plus 5x equals 360. I'm going to add those x's together. I'm going to combine like terms, and I get 15x equals 360. I'm going to divide 15 to both sides. When I do that, I get x equals 24. All right, now down here, I'm going to write 3x, 3x, 4x, 5x. Okay, so I know what each one of those arc measurements are, and I'm going to fill in as I go along. Well, I know 3 times 24 is 72. So I know that AB is 72 degrees. I know that BC, the next one, 3x, 3 times 24 is 72 degrees. DC is 4x, so 4 times 24 is 96. And then AD, our last one, is 5x. I know x equals 24, so 5 times 24, 120. All right, now the reason I did this is because my check is if I add all those together, they should equal 360 degrees. Okay, now that I have those measurements, I can start looking at some of the missing angles that I have here, or that I'm looking to find. All right, so I'm looking at angle 1. So this is angle 1. Angle 1. Okay, I know its vertex is on the circle. So if I extend the lines to see the arc that it cuts, it's 96 degrees. I know that an inscribed angle is half of the intercepted arc. So let's write this down. So that's going to be 1/2. I know that it's 96. And that's going to equal 48 degrees. Okay, so let's erase that. And let's look at the next one. Angle 2. But I do want to put in here, I think this is important. I want to put in here 48. 48 degrees. That's degrees. All right, now number 2, angle 2. So if I extend, all right, that chord, the other one, okay, again, it's an inscribed angle, and I know that it's half of the intercepted arc, so that arc is 72 degrees. So 1/2, oops, let's change colors here. It's a little too thick. 1/2 of 72 is 36 degrees. So that's going to be 36 degrees. All right, now something that's cool is that I know that I have a triangle that's formed, and this is where it all comes down to the puzzle part. All right, so I know that the 3 angles of a triangle added together have to equal 180 degrees. So I know angle 8 has got to be 96 degrees, because when I add 36 plus 48 minus 180 is 96. Now, something else you should see. Cool, I love that. All right, something else you should see is that this angle 8 is supplementary to angle 7. So if angle 8 is 96 degrees, then angle 7 has got to be 84 degrees. 180 minus 96. Let me write them all in black. So that's 84 degrees. So angle 8, I'm sorry, angle 7, I should fill in for 84 degrees. Angle 8, I should fill in for 96 degrees. Okay, let's take a look at angle 3. Well, angle 3, again, is vertex on the circle, so it's inscribed. And where is it cutting? Well, all right, so that's the arc that it's intercepted by that angle, 120 degrees. So that's going to be 1/2 inscribed, 1/2 times 120, and that equals 60 degrees. So let's put that in there, 60. And then let's take a look at angle 4. I'm erasing these. You don't have to, even though I'm trying to make this clear so that you can see it. Again, its vertex is on the circle, inscribed. Where does it cut? All right, so it cuts at 72 degrees on the circle, that arc. So it's going to be half of 72. So it's going to be 36 degrees. 36. Okay, now, something pretty cool that we should notice is that we have this line here. And on that line, once again, all right, my angle 4. Oh, I love these colors. And angle 5. All right, supplementary. They're supplementary angles. We know they add up to 180. So angle 5 is 36 minus 180. Okay, so angle 5 is 144 degrees. 144. All right, next is angle 6. Well, angle 6, if we think about that, angle 6 is vertical to angle 8. So we know that angle is going to be 96 degrees. Again, puzzle, just looking at the different relationships and coming up with their angle measurements. All right, so we're up to angle 9. And let's take a look at this one. This one's a little different. So angle 9 is formed by, all right, this line and the other one. So it's formed by a chord and a secant. All right, if you think about it, and its turn, it's going to be where? It's going to be here. I'm trying to get a different color. Or its intercepted arc. All right, so that's 120 plus 96, or 216. It's half of that. So what we're going to do for 9 is going to be 1/2, 216, and that angle measurement is 108. Okay, if you're looking at already, some of you, I'm sure you're looking at this and saying, all right, well, if I know 9, angle 9 is 108, then I can easily figure out angle 10 because we've seen this scenario before where they're supplementary. Okay, that straight line. So angle 10 is a supplement to 9. Wrong color. All right, so if 9 is 108, angle 9 is 108, then angle 10 is 72 degrees. 72. All right, now we are at the last one, 11. And 11 is outside of the circle. And what it is, so we know when we have that angle outside that it's going to be formed by, I just want to highlight this. I kind of cleared out some space for us so we can see it a little more clearer. All right, so it's going to be formed by that major arc minus the minor. Okay, it's going to be 1/2 of that. So it's going to be 1/2. I add those two together, and I get 144 minus 120. And that's going to be 1/2 of, oh, where did we go? Okay, so that was weird. But anyway, it's going to be 1/2 of 24, which equals 12. So it's 12 degrees. So 11 is going to be 12 degrees. Now, if you saw something else or another way of figuring out number 11 or any of these, it's cool. But let's just take a quick look here. What you can see is that I have a triangle. And I already have 2 angle measurements of that triangle. So I know the third, so that's 168 between angles 9 and 3. And then I know 11 has got to be 12 degrees. So just a good way of checking, or just a different way of coming up with the answer. Okay, so a lot there, long video. Sorry, but a lot of cool stuff. And what I want you to do, as always, come to class with some key ideas. All right, please don't wait for me and copy them down. Also, any questions you might have, check your understanding. It's a really good one here to do. And go Cats, go Knights.